Thank you for listening to ShulchanAruch.com.
What is the law if one cut onions with a meat knife and then fried them in a dairy pot or vice versa? So this is something that can commonly occur when you cut half an onion with a milk knife, for example. You leave it in your fridge and you or someone else comes the next day and unknowingly or absent-mindedly places it in a meat pot and cooks it. What is now the status of this food and of your utensils? Are they kosher or must they be kasher? So to properly understand the ruling in this case, we must ensue into a discussion of the laws of charif, or a sharp food. We have a number of fundaments and laws regarding the laws of kashrus and how the transfers of taste works from a vessel to a food and vice versa, which are broken when it comes to the use of a sharp food. So for example, while we have a general rule, a basic rule in kashrus, that in order for taste to transfer from one item to another item, you need to have heat, and if they're both cold, then nothing can transfer to each other. When it comes to charif, this rule is broken. And it's possible for taste that's found in a vessel to transfer to a charif food even without heat, as we will explain. Another rule that's broken when it comes to charif is that a taste that's found within a vessel that gets absorbed in a food is only problematic if it's fresh, meaning within 24 hours. However, if 24 hours have already passed, then that taste is considered spoiled, and the food remains kosher even if it absorbed through heat that taste, as the Torah did not prohibit one from eating spoiled taste, which is called noisen tam lepigam. When it comes to charif, this rule is also broken, as we will now explain. So the rule is, if the person took, for example, an onion or another sharp food, and he cooked it in a meat pot, then even if that meat pot was not used for the past 24 hours or even week or month for cooking meat, then although regarding every other food we would say it remains parav, regarding a charif food, we say that it becomes meaty and it's usher to eat it together with dairy. And it's viewed as if it's actual meat. So rules the Ramah in chapter 95, halacha 2 in Yoreh De'ah, based on the rulings of the Rashba and the Aruch and other poskim. The reason for this is because the sharpness of the sharp food enhances the spoiled taste in the pot and makes it into like it's a fresh taste. So it's as if the parav onion has now absorbed fresh meat, making it flesh. The same thing applies in the case that I took a dairy knife or a meat knife and I used that knife to cut an onion or other sharp food, that even though no heat was involved, the sharpness of the knife and the sharpness of the sharp food have ability to extract the taste from the knife and enhance it even if it hasn't been used for hot meat or cheese in the last 24 hours, and absorb it into the sharp food. If you cut an onion with a milchik knife, that onion is now milchik, and it's forbidden to cook it or eat it with meat, just like you can't cook a piece of cheese with meat. Now that we have this information, let's analyze the case. You cut an onion with a milchik knife, you sauteed it, you fried it by mistake in a fleshik pan or pot. We have here a collision course happening of two different tastes of meat and milk entering and getting enhanced within the onion. The knife already enhanced and entered and transferred a milk taste to the onion. And when you're now frying it, the sharpness of the onion is extracting a fresh meat taste from the meat pot. And now we have a perfect bond of meat and milk, making it usher to eat. So the onions are treif. But the onions aren't the only one going down in this case. If the onions are treif, then it has absorbed treif taste into the pot. The pot is also treif and must be kashered if possible. Furthermore, any vessels used to mix the hot onions while in this pot are also treif. So we see this is a very dangerous situation from a kashrus perspective that can cause much destruction in a kitchen. And therefore, a word of advice in all cases: please do yourselves a favor, have a rule in your kitchen. Charif foods, onions, garlic, etc. are only cut with a parav knife and parav cutting board. By doing so, you avoid the potential mix-up that can happen, and you don't enter into these complex shilas. In the event that the onions were not sauteed, but you threw them, for example, into a soup, let's say a chicken soup, then the calculations would be a little bit different and is beyond the discussion of this lesson.
Thank you for listening to ShulchanAruch.com. Our free services of making Torah knowledge available to the public depends on donors like you. Please help us continue our work through making even a small contribution at ShulchanAruch.com under the Daily Halacha Dedication section or in the subscription page. Also, check out our online courses and many Sefarim available for purchase that will both enhance your Torah knowledge and help support our work.